you folks doing out there tonight? I hope you had a good Christmas. We did too, you know, with the tree and the presents and all that. And I've got this wonderful thing to tell you, but it was like the most wonderful and weirdest thing that ever happened at Christmas time. Well, now I got to tell you about my Aunt Roberta. Roberta was put in charge of the Christmas program at her church this year. Big mistake! Roberta is kind of like this queen of the Broadway musical. She can't put on a little production about the birth of Jesus. It has to be huge. Now, last Easter, at Easter time, she put on this story that was like the Phantom of the Opera meeting the disciples at Resurrection. Now, people really didn't know what that was about, and we really still don't know what it is. So anyway, she does this Christmas story about Santa on his route on Christmas Eve, and this big snowstorm comes blowing in and blows Santa off course. And it blows him off course until he gets to Bethlehem, about the time baby Jesus was born. Now here's the confusing part. Somehow in his travels he managed to pick up Ebenezer Scrooge, Bing Crosby, and Danny Kaye. So the night of the performance I show up. And all of a sudden, Roberta comes running up to me. You know, I had to go because she was family and all that. So she comes running up to me, and her hair's a mess, and her makeup's running because of the tears. She looks kind of scary, you know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? So she comes up to me and says, "Joey, it's going to be a disaster." And you can tell she's really upset. So I finally get her calmed down enough, and I understand that she only has 2 wise guys. And she needs a 3rd wise guy to carry all the gold and the Frankenstein and what was that other thing? Nutmeg or something else. So I finally get her calmed down, and I say, "Okay, Roberta, I'll do it." I mean, what am I going to say? No, she's my mother's sister. Forget about it. So I get into costume, and the show's going on really well, and the show's going on well, and Danny Kaye is out there tap dancing to White Christmas, and Bing Crosby's doing, "You must have been a Bethlehem baby." And we got 8 tiny reindeer running around in costumes like my cousins. So in the middle of all this, the show's going along fine, when all of a sudden, one of the reindeer runs into Danny Kaye as he's doing his tap dance routine. And then all of a sudden, Danny Kaye falls down into the platform that's holding the Christmas angel. And the Christmas angel's holding this big Christmas star that's attached to the filmy curtain. And the star comes down, the curtain comes down, the angel comes down, knocking down Danny Kaye and 2 of the reindeer, and then the stage falls on all of them. It was quite a mess. After the stage fell down, there was Aunt Roberta in the front row. She was all passed out. Now I'm standing up here, and I'm all embarrassed. Not because I'm up here all by myself, but because we made such a mess of Jesus' birthday. So I was so embarrassed, I started to pray. I said, "Dear Jesus, please forgive us for messing up your birthday. I'm so sorry. Sometimes we get so busy and forget that you're in Christmas and you're what's all about. I promise we'll do it better next year." After that, Pastor Brad came up and said, "Joey, you're really a wise man." I said, "Nah, I'm really a wise guy."